A feeling of reverence, admiration, or fear, often mixed with wonder. She looked at the majestic mountain range in awe. Deprivation, the state of lacking something that is necessary or desirable. The deprivation of sleep can lead to health problems. Banished, to expel or send away. Often as a punishment, the king banished the traitor from the kingdom. Baffle, to confuse or perplex. The complex puzzle continued to baffle him. Carton, a cardboard or paper box. He picked up a carton of milk from the grocery store. Castigate, to criticize or reprimand severely. The teacher castigated the student for cheating on the test. Cathedral, a large and important church, typically with impressive architecture. The cathedral in the city center is a popular tourist attraction. Communal, shared by a group of people. The communal garden was tended to by all the neighbors. Concocted, to create or devise a plan, story, or solution. They concocted a plan to surprise their friend on their birthday. Conflate, to combine or merge two or more things into one. She tended to conflate her dreams with reality. Confront, to face a difficult situation or challenge. He had to confront his fear of public speaking. Corpus, a collection of written or spoken material. The library had an extensive corpus of ancient manuscripts. Curtail, to reduce or limit something. They decided to curtail their expenses to save money. Desert, a dry, barren area with little or no vegetation. The Sahara Desert is known for its vast sand dunes. Descendants, the offspring of a particular person or animal. The descendants of the royal family still live in the palace. Delineated, to describe or portray something in detail. The map delineated the boundaries of the national park. Dispelled, to make a doubt, fear, or belief disappear. His explanation dispelled any confusion about the topic. Dwelling, a place where someone lives. Their dwelling was a cozy cottage in the woods. Edict, an official order or proclamation issued by a person in authority. The king's edict required all citizens to pay taxes. Endorse, to support or approve of something. The celebrity endorsed the new fashion line. Engender, to cause or give rise to a feeling, situation, or condition. His actions were likely to engender trust among his colleagues. Entails, to involve something as a necessary part or consequence. The job entails a lot of responsibility. Entail, to involve or require as a necessary part. The project will entail extensive research. Evade, to avoid or escape from something. He tried to evade the question by changing the topic. Excised, to remove or cut out, usually surgically. The surgeon excised the tumor from the patient's body. Extensively, in a thorough and comprehensive manner. They researched the topic extensively before writing the report. Facade, the front of a building. The facade of the old mansion was beautifully decorated. Faint, lacking in strength or clarity. Her voice grew faint as she moved farther away. Fanatical, extremely enthusiastic or devoted to a cause or belief. The fanatical soccer fans cheered loudly for their team. Fiasco, a complete failure or disaster. The product launch turned into a fiasco due to technical issues. Flag, a rare and obscure word with no widely recognized meaning. Flawed, having imperfections or weaknesses. Despite its popularity, the movie had a flawed plot. Fluxes, continuous changes or fluctuations. The stock market experiences constant fluxes in value. Fierce, intensely competitive or aggressive. The fierce competition made it challenging to succeed. Futile, having no practical result or purpose. Their attempts to fix the old car proved futile. Garage, a building or space for storing vehicles. He parked his car in the garage to protect it from the rain. Genome, the complete set of genes or genetic material present in a cell or organism. Scientists studied the genome of the new species. Gripping, holding one's attention or interest intensely. The suspenseful movie had a gripping plot. Hub, the central or most important part. The city's downtown area serves as a hub for business. Impedes, to obstruct or hinder progress. Heavy traffic can impede your journey. Implication, a conclusion that can be drawn from something. Although it is not explicitly stated, the implication of his words was clear. He was resigning. Incumbency, the holding of an office or position, especially in politics. The president's incumbency lasted for years. Incur, to become subject to something undesirable as a result of one's actions. He may incur penalties if he violates the rules. Insight, a deep understanding of a person or thing. Her insight into human behavior was remarkable. Intuition, the ability to understand or know something without the need for conscious reasoning. Her intuition told her that something was wrong. Intergenerational, involving or affecting multiple generations. The family had a tradition of passing down heirlooms, creating an intergenerational connection. Interdisciplinary, involving multiple academic or professional disciplines. The research project required an interdisciplinary approach. Invigilators, people who oversee and supervise examinations. The invigilators ensured that the students followed exam rules. Knot, a tightly fastened or entangled piece of material. He had to untie the knot in the shoelaces. Latent, present but not visible, apparent, or active. His talent for painting remained latent until he started practicing. Lurking, remaining hidden or in the background, often with a sinister connotation. A sense of danger seemed to be lurking in the dark alley. Mansion, a large and impressive house, typically the residence of a wealthy person. The mansion on the hill was a symbol of opulence. Mar, to damage or spoil the quality or appearance of something. The scratch on the car's paint marred its pristine look. Mediocre, of only moderate quality, not very good. His performance was mediocre at best. Oblivious, not aware of or paying attention to what is happening around oneself. She was so lost in her thoughts that she was oblivious to her surroundings. Onslaught, a fierce and violent attack. The army prepared for the enemy's onslaught. Orthodoxy, adherence to traditional and established beliefs or customs. The community valued orthodoxy in religious matters. Outpatient, a patient who receives medical treatment without being admitted to a hospital. The clinic primarily handles outpatient services. Parole, the release of a prisoner before their full sentence is served, with certain conditions. He was granted parole after serving half of his sentence. Patronym, a name derived from one's father's name. In some cultures, the surname is a patronym. Persuade, to convince someone to do something through reasoning or argument. She tried to persuade her friends to go on a road trip. Plausible, believable, or likely to be true. His explanation sounded plausible, but they needed more evidence. Postage, the cost of sending mail. The postage for the package was quite expensive. Predominant, having greater importance, strength, or influence. English is the predominant language in this region. Radical, advocating for significant change or reform. The political party proposed radical policies. Radicate, to establish or settle firmly in a particular place. They aim to eradicate poverty in the community. Reckon, to calculate or estimate. She tried to reckon the total cost of the project. Relentless, showing no mercy or stopping in pursuit of a goal. His relentless determination led to success. Retrieve, to regain or recover something. He tried to retrieve his lost wallet. Rockier, having more uneven or rough terrain. The trail became rockier as they ascended the mountain. Seam, a line where two pieces of fabric or other material are sewn together. She sewed the seam of the torn shirt. Serpentinite, a type of metamorphic rock composed mainly of serpentine minerals. Shipment, a quantity of goods sent to a particular destination. The shipment of electronics arrived at the warehouse. Shimmery, glistening or reflecting light with a flickering quality. Her dress had a shimmery appearance under the spotlight. Slither, to move smoothly and quietly like a snake. The snake began to slither through the grass. Soar, to rise or fly high in the air. The eagle soared above the mountains. Spite, a desire to harm, annoy, or offend someone. He acted out of spite, trying to hurt her feelings. Sprawl, to spread out over a large area in a disorganized way. The city continued to sprawl with new developments. Stage, a raised platform where performances or presentations take place. The actors gathered on the stage for the final scene. Succinctly, expressing ideas clearly and briefly. He summarized the main points succinctly. Tangle, to become twisted or knotted together. Her hair tended to tangle easily. Telltale, something that reveals or indicates information. The telltale signs of fatigue were evident in his eyes. Traverse, to travel across or through. They had to traverse a dense forest to reach the campsite. Upright, in a vertical position. The bookshelf was not completely upright. It leaned slightly. Uproot, to remove completely, often with force. They had to uproot the old tree to make space for the new building. Urge, a strong desire or impulse to do something. He felt the urge to explore new places. Vague, unclear or not well defined. The instructions were too vague to follow. Versus, used to indicate a comparison between two things. The debate was about democracy versus authoritarianism. Veracity, extreme eagerness or enthusiasm. His veracity for knowledge led him to read extensively. Boom, a sudden and rapid increase in something. The tech industry experienced a boom in recent years. Forwent, past tense of forego, meaning to choose not to do or have something. She forwent dessert to stick to her diet. Incur, to become subject to something undesirable as a result of one's actions. His reckless behavior caused him to incur significant debt. Coax, to persuade or gently influence someone to do something. She tried to coax the shy child out of his shell. Descendants, the offspring of a particular person or animal. The descendants of the famous explorer continued his legacy. Predominant, having greater importance, strength, or influence. In this region, agriculture is the predominant industry. Relentless, showing no mercy or stopping in pursuit of a goal. Their relentless effort led to the successful completion of the project. Seamless, smooth and continuous without any visible gaps or interruptions. The transition between the two songs was seamless during the concert. Upright, in a vertical position, he stood upright and tall during the national anthem. Plausible, believable, or likely to be true. The detective found the suspect's alibi to be plausible. Woe, great sorrow or distress. The sudden loss of a loved one brought immense woe to the family.